Ladies and gentlemen, Romeo here, and I welcome you to a very special preview of a game called Torchlight Frontiers. This is a game by Perfect World Entertainment, and it's their first Torchlight game after they bought the product from what was formerly Runic Games, and Runic Games, as you know, actually closed down. So I am quite excited for this. If you check our YouTube page out, you're going to notice that recently I just finished Torchlight 2. I finished that for two reasons. First of all, because I was playing it in anticipation of Torchlight Frontiers, just to get on top of the storyline there. And also because I wanted to just finish that game. I've been stuck on it for years. I think I bought it when the game first came out, and I never finished the campaign. So I don't know, it wasn't down to the game, that was just probably down to me. I'm just like that with some games. But here we are with Torchlight Frontiers. I'm also going to warn you that I've been quite ill recently, so you're probably going to hear me sounding a bit stuffed up. At the same time, there might come a point when I suddenly have a coughing fit, so I apologize beforehand. Shout out to my main man Vish, who was looking after me while I was ill. Unfortunately, he was looking after me at a wedding, so I hope I didn't ruin the wedding for him, because we were both there just to enjoy. But shout out to him. I'm also going to mention that Rosh might just walk into the stream at some point, so you'll hear the door opening. I've also gone through great pains to try balance out the audio on this thing, and I'm guessing that's still not perfect, and I apologize for that. Unfortunately, the best streaming software to sort the volumes out, which is OBS, for some reason it's not actually detecting this game, so I don't know what the issue is there. Maybe after all, this game is still in the alpha stage, so maybe they haven't allowed it to be recorded in that sort of way, because it's not really a good representation of the game. So to start off with, here is a start off message for me, which is: welcome to Torchlight Frontiers. You are among the chosen few selected to participate in a very early alpha version of the game. As you can see, very those words being used, very early alpha version of the game. They're stressing that quite a lot. Your feedback will help shape the overall direction as we continue to add new features and fine-tune its core mechanics. That's cool. I think the only other game where I really played the alpha, or the beta really, was Guild Wars 2. And it was good to suggest a lot of fixes to them, and I'm sure they implemented quite a lot of them as well. So please keep in mind that this is a very early version once again, so expect plenty of rough edges, so it's not going to be a smooth ride probably. Please share your thoughts via the feedback button in game, and or join our Discord community to chat with other players and the development team. That sounds very interesting, but I'll probably not do the latter, probably use the feedback button. Thanks for embarking on this adventure with us. To start off with though, I would like to mention that, coming straight from Torchlight 2, it seems from the background being shown here that there's probably going to be a graphical improvement in the game. But I know it's just a menu, so maybe I'm thinking too much about it. They've got a cursor on it, which is a bit different from the previous games. So hopefully that's not going to be some kind of indication that gameplay might be drastically different or something. At the same time, it's a very clear cursor, so I'm happy about that, because every now and then in Torchlight 2, there were times when I just couldn't, in the middle of the fights, it was really hard to keep track of the cursor, and I would just miss attacks. Whoa, I just did a strange pig sound. Sorry about that. Torchlight, of course, they've tried to make the theme quite similar, so thankfully they haven't drastically changed the theme, and I'm hoping that it continues to have that quirky art style that the game is popular for. I would also like to say, on the note of audio not being balanced very well, you'll probably hear my computer fan and my mouse every now and then, so I apologize for that beforehand again. And here comes the cough I warned you about, so give me a moment. There it is. I've got a hot drink here, as usual, a good old tea with some cardamom. So you'll probably hear me slurping the tea every now and then. If you want to, you can record that sound and use it to annoy your friends. I'm sure they will enjoy that quite a bit. Alright, another thing I noticed is the music in the menu, just to begin with, is much more epic than the previous two games. So I'm guessing they're, it's an indication that they're gonna go all out on this somehow. Fingers crossed they will. Alright, continue. Select a class, so I can choose the gender. And then the classes I've got is, Forged. Oh yeah, I know what. The Forged slices through the fray in a world of steel. Sorry. English fail again. The Forged slices through the fray in a whirl of steam-powered blades and a chest-mounted cannon. Ooh, okay. And then the Dusk Mage commands the power of light and dark to crush their enemies from afar. So to start off with, from the descriptions themselves, it seems that every class will have two functions. Forged in this case, obviously it says steam-powered blades, so there's melee. But then there's a chest-mounted cannon, so there's gonna be some knockdown functions, slow, heavy range attack. That's pretty cool. Same with Dusk Mage. Even the Dusk Mage seems like they're mainly just going to be range attack. It does say power of light and dark, so I think that's going to be the the two functions of it. I'm guessing light might be something to do with healing, and dark with something to do with what do you call it, damage and that kind of thing. I think I'm just gonna go with Dusk Mage. Oh, okay. So I didn't really expect that they were gonna put color customization. This is pretty cool. I think previously changing the face would change the tone quite a bit, but in this obviously they've kept that independent. I do hope there are more face options like the previous Torchlight games. That's just something I've enjoyed. Those of you who know, I usually like to play characters that are a bit dark, just a bit like myself. I enjoy that. There we go with that. Continue. Cassian. As you know, I usually go for dull names like this, so I'm just gonna go with Dusk Mage Romeo, because why not? Oh yes, White Alpaca. Is it Paca? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Too bad you can't drag it 360 like you can in the previous Torchlight games. Maybe it's just for oh, you can only oh, there you go. Ah, look at that. It's a retriever. Golden retriever, chocolate retriever. A tea owl. Like tea towel. See what I did there? Probably not. Man, I always go with the wolf, so I'm not quite sure what to do here. Dusk Mage. Dusk Mage. You know what? I think I'll go with the owl. The golden owl looks a bit scary with the reddy eyes. Alright. Goldie!
It has been a century since the dark alchemists drained the elemental guardians of their power, using it to crack open the clockwork core and unleash the Netherrealm. 4 great heroes ventured deep beneath our world to defeat the Netherlord and seal the clockwork core using the heart of the dragon beast Ordrak. But now, the heart surges toward the edge of destruction. Ordrak's spirit pumps through the veins of Novostraya and infests the ember within. The power of the Netherrealm threatens the world once more. An ancient evil reborn, reinvented. Now it is up to you. Face the challenges ahead and defeat the Netherrealm. Will you choose fame, fortune, or the future of the frontier?
Fantastic. One of the things, 10 out of 10. They are treating this as a proper sequel. They kept the storyline in, and it was great to see that. Especially because I just finished Torchlight 2 and that was the end of it.
Quest started.
Ooh, wait, so the guy who just said quest started sounds very similar to the guy who says that does some of the voice stuff in Torchlight 1 and 2. So that's great. If I'm correct, the producer of this game is the same guy who produced the other 2 games. If that is the case, then I think Torchlight fans are going to be happy. Now, these pictures suggest there might be some other heroes that are playable, that are not playable at the moment. I'm guessing this is like a destroyer type character. So destroyer is basically the warrior of the Torchlight universe. This, I can't remember what it's called. It's not called Ruin Master. I think it's called Ruin Forged or something. I can't remember. And they're basically like steampunk tanks. That's what they are. So if you played Guild Wars 2 and you wonder how they came up with the idea of giving the mechanic a hammer, this is your answer for that. So keybinds: Q to drink potion, I for inventory, M for map, Z for travel portal. So already start off with potion are not part of the skill bar. So it's not 1, 2, 3 like it is in the other games. And it says, okay, so in this case, left click attack, Digitus strike, channel your magical energy into the item in your hand, extending spiritual energy that slashes up to 3 targets in front of you for 60% weapon damage. What's this? Unleashes 3 serpentine bolts to a... So, auto attack, maybe it seems to suggest you can choose what the auto attack could be. So it could be 2 different things. In this case, the Dusk Mage has a AoE skill. Maybe you can choose your auto attack to be something that's not the that's not an AoE skill. Alright, next one up. The forge builds up heat and consumes that heat to use vent skills. Venting at higher heat levels increases the skill's effect. Now I'm not playing a forged. On the note of the forged, Torchlight 2 had a lot of forged in them. So I was happy to see that they've decided to use them as a class. A lot of MMOs show stuff, a lot of games, RPGs show some characters and races, but then they don't use them in sequels, and it actually annoys me quite a bit. Now I'm using a Dusk Mage, so the Dusk Mage used mana, alright. Using dark and light skills builds up energy bars. When full, use a skill of the opposite type to trigger above. Okay, that's just how to get it. Wait. So skill builds up energy bars. When full use of a skill, of the opposite type to trigger a buff. So if I fill up the light bar, I'll have to use a skill of the dark bar to trigger a buff, I think. It's a bit strange. Skill points can be gained by killing monsters. Skill points, great. Weapons. Attack speed and damage shape, okay, fine. Logs ore in store can be harvested from nodes found in the world. So you can farm a bit. Then using either the raw or refined resources, build both useful structures to increase your crafting options or build cosmetic items. Customize the look of your fort. Okay, so there's a little bit of fort building going on in this game. For those of you enjoying fort building, I'm sure you can probably review that bit better than I would. I don't really enjoy fort building in RPGs. Not really that much. For me, RPGs are sort of like Lord of the Rings, that you're on a journey. You're not, you know, instead of upgrading your whole fort or something. That's me drinking my tea. Relic weapons. Once you earn a relic weapon, you can swap between attacking with your equipped weapons and relic weapons. So it's a different weapon from your normal weapon. With the W key or right button on a gamepad. So you can play this game with a gamepad. Fantastic, because one of the gripes that Torchlight players had is to do with the fact that they can't play the game with gamepad. It just, you know, it's one of those games, and it seems there's going to be an option for that, and I think I might actually give it a go at some point. Relic weapons gain XP from kills while being carried and unlock powerful upgrades when they level up. Nice. Check the item tooltip. Now, Torchlight 2 had some weapons like that, where these weapons would drop, and basically you can upgrade those weapons by doing certain tasks. This is a bit different, I think. It seems this is more like the weapons themselves are characters, which is great. But I'm not sure how far that would go. Like, would a relic weapon basically replace your normal weapon, or is there like a weapon damage functionality now? Because if this is the case, then obviously everybody would just want to play with relic weapons, because they can grow with the character. But let's see how it goes. Okay, lifeblood. Lifeblood items are special items that you can equip just like normal. However, if you ever to start off with, I've just realized there's a little dragon there, which means I can have a mini dragon as a attack pet. Fantastic. Alright. However, if you ever fall in battle, then any lifeblood items are permanently lost. What? Okay, that sounds awesome, but I'll probably be I know what I'll be doing. I'll probably just be putting them in my stash. The symbol on a monster's target frames tells you what type of damage they deal. Okay, that's nice. Defense of matching type will reduce damage from the monster's attack. Okay, so that makes sense. So if you didn't get that, if you're wearing armor that's got fire resistance and a goblin mage attacks with fire, that mage is gonna do less damage on you. Fort. The fort is your home in Torchlight Frontiers. Here you can use materials you collect in the world to build, upgrade and customize your fort to your liking. This is where you return to purchase new skills for your class, craft items and prepare yourself for another round of adventure. Alright. So that's to start off with. Ooh, okay, so the water effects need a little bit of work, it seems. Glad to see they've kept the art style of it. I'll tell you what though, I do feel they made the game a bit more 3D, and I feel like it's taken away a bit of the charm of the Torchlight games, because I think just having those cell shaded game graphics were great. They've made it in using the same artwork, but a lot of games do this now. They did that in Jump Force as well, but it honestly, the cell shaded versions look way better. I mean, wait, when I think about it, Torchlight is 3D as well, but I think it's a bit more toonish in how it's presented, and I think this could benefit from being presented a bit more toonish. At the same time, I can notice some colors are faded, some textures are not very smooth. Oops, whoa, I attacked, I think by mistake. Whoa, sorry, that's my AoE attack. That's pretty cool. And then that's my mana using skill. Okay, now that is a pointless animation, but hey ho. Wait, how do you attack? So how does it attack a fish? Oh yes, so the ship function still works that you find in games like this, but now it's not attacking that barrel of fish for some odd reason. Oh wait, it is alpha, so yeah, I was talking about textures and things. I'm guessing this is just something that they're going to improve in the actual beta version, but yeah, it needs some work in there. So see, it still looks quite a bit like, oh see, I didn't mean to attack that. Alright, it still looks quite a bit like Torchlight previously. As I said, the art style is the same, but I enjoyed the more cartoonish graphics of Torchlight 1 and 2, because they sort of make the game, it gives that game a longevity that 3D graphics just don't do, I think. Alright, Kennick.
I better get paid well for this.
Fresh off the boat and itching for a scrap, eh? Well, you're looking in the right place. Them gobs are overrunning the outpost. Head up there and clear them out. Okay, first I heard this is the destroyer guy from the first game, but doesn't look like it. And this guy is definitely not one of the Torchlight vanquishers. Maybe use dark skills to charge the light bar. Oh, so that's what they mean by opposite. Okay. If I use dark skills, it charges the light bar. Okay. Light buff significantly boosts mana regeneration for a short time. Dark buff increases damage for a similar duration. I could have done with healing. So it seems light is more mana as opposed to healing. Alright, there you go once again. I can see like a nice fire effect going on around the fire. I appreciate the fact that they've kept the fire itself a bit more cartoonish, and you can see the actual artwork being used there. As I said, I think that's what they should do more of. But I don't know. I think obviously they put a lot of work into this game, so I can't really. Money, money, money. That's what it's all about. Ooh, whoa. Can I cross this? No. Okay, this. I think no. This. It's a crazy move. There's a goblin boss somewhere. So I'm not dying, so that's always good. What are you waiting for? You're going to claim your fort or what? Alright, this is my fort then. Okay, so the enemy, so the health bars in this game is much different from the Torchlight games. As you can see, as I'm attacking this goblin, his life is just going down. In Torchlight 2, I can't remember 1, but 2 definitely, what do you call it? They lose the health, but then there's like a shade of the health still left. Which I'm not sure. It's hard to describe what I'm trying to describe. Okay, this is strange. It looks day now, but then it looks night when I zoom in. Okay, let's talk to this guy.
We must focus on the mission.
Thanks for mopping up those goblins. They're getting bolder. That was their 3rd raid today. You must be here for the Frontiers program. Well, we're serious about supporting you hero types. You make a home out here in the frontier and we'll be here for supplies and information. I've got a portal scroll somewhere here for you. Ah yes, this will take you to your very own fort. Sergeant Clive should already be there. He'll introduce you to your fort. But then, you come see me if you want some work. Okay, Ranger Romeo's fort. Ah, so the game shows you your perfect world username. So Ranger Romeo. Okay, I'd rather not. I would have appreciated if it just says Dusk Mage Romeo. So I don't know if this becomes some kind of issue for gamers who are trying to save their perfect world account name from other users. Alright, so obviously this place is going to be more explorable in the actual game, I'm guessing. Oh no, you can go from there. Alright, going into the fort now.
You've started a quest.
Ranger Romeo's fort! So you can customize the fort. Ah, there you go. Build. Ah, you can choose what you want to build. Hero Alpha Banner. Weapon rack. Okay. It's all good, but what do they actually do? Do they recharge every time I enter the map or every day? Okay, odds and ends. Nature. Mushroom stump. So I'm guessing it grows mushrooms every now and then. Structures. Okay. I appreciate... It doesn't really say if the structures have any particular... Oh, it's decoration, that's why. Sorry, I just realized. I'm in the decoration bit. Wardrobe. Could have appreciated the male version of this, because that's what I'm playing. Hey ho. Arcanum unlocks new Dusk Mage skills with skill point. Okay, see, this is something that's useful. Unlock new Forge skills. Okay, so Arcanum. Cost, okay. Okay, so I built it and I've stored it. I just have to place it somewhere. What's a good place for Arcanum? Arcanum Asylum. We're near this. Okay. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Okay, what do I do now? Close by press escape. Ah, okay. There you go. That's my stash, hopefully. Stage. Whoa, what's this? Ooh! I unlocked something. Didn't realize it. Whoa, look at those claws! That's what I'm talking about. Chance for bleeding. Hell yeah. I don't play mages, to be honest.
Fear not. This is a safe place.
Oh great! Our mighty hero arrives. Here's your fort. Such as it is. As per our agreement, according to the Frontiers Accord, this fort is yours to do with as you choose. You'll want to take my advice though. You'll need a skill station to focus on improving your skills. You'll need to keep improving yourself to survive in the frontiers. So, it seems skill improvement is not done on the fly. You have to go back to your fort and customize it. Spend gold and skill. Yeah. I've already done that. Maybe I glitched this quest by doing it already. There you go. Alright, what do I need? Okay, I've always gone for passive skills in Torchlight. As opposed to active skills. Just because I can. Hehe. Body block, heavy hitter, trial. What else do I have? Rich harvest. Ooh. Probably wait for increased vitality. Okay, fantastic. What's next? Feedback. Oh, what was that? I was typing it. Oh. So GAM. I press M and it. Okay, so I can type an M in the feedback column. Great. So when damn, it's confusing. So much for feedback. Oh, I have to buy a skill, it seems, as part of my quest. How much Arcanum do I have though? That's the thing. I can't tell which one's Arcanum here. It says... damn. Oh wait, which one's SP? Is it the coin or the... Oh, so confusing. Okay, probably just go with... heavy hitter.
You grow in skill.
Halt.
I hope you got something useful from your skill station, because after this, you're on your own. Keep honing your skills. You won't be able to help us defeat the Netherrealm if you're dead. Make sure you actually use the skills you've learned, and you just might make it. Skills must be assigned to a skill slot. Okay, so you press... Ah, fantastic. Wait, I already have Holy Bolt. Bolt. Okay, what's this? Dingus Strike. This... Oh, so Dingus Strike is just the name. Okay, so the weapon is called Dingus. No, Dingus, sorry, Digitus. And then the weapon itself has a particular attack, auto attack type. That's interesting. Alright, what do I do now? Okay, use the portal. Go back to the Imperial Outpost. The game's working okay. Obviously, it's not as smooth
You've started
as
a quest.
Torchlight 2. But I don't know. Whoa! So now I'm in an area with actual players. Whoa! Look at that sword. Edgelord activated. Okay.
You ready for action, recruit?
Hey hero, you were a big help in defending the outpost from the goblins. We took the head raider captive and it turns out he can actually talk. In fact, now that he's recovering, it's tough to get him to shut up. He seems pretty eager to sell out the rest of his kind. So, if you're ready to make some coin, then make sure you're geared up for a fight. These goblins play with fire, so you need some fire resistant armor. Here, you're gonna need this potion too. Go get everything on this list of gear, then meet me outside the den upheaval. Meet me outside, how about that?
This time, there's no holding us.
Alright. Okay. Where do I go? Go to the wood's edge. Whoa, this outpost is huge. Unless this is not the outpost. No, this looks like the actual area. Oh, wait, do I attack these guys? No. So, game's quite baby steps at the moment,
A new quest.
which is not bad. So it seems my pet just glitched out a little bit, I think because it's an online game, so I think that's something they'll need to work on. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so now I can farm. Ooh. It's not too bad, it seems. More material. Get some good loot. I do wonder what this game's gonna be like microtransactions wise, you know. I hope this game's not gonna be pay to win. Now, I know it's being produced by the guy who made the old Torchlight games, who produced the other Torchlight games. If I'm correct, that's the case. Then in that sense, I don't think he would probably be interested in that. But the publisher is Perfect World Entertainment, who usually make free-to-play games. And if I'm correct, a lot of free-to-play MMOs at the moment, even though they didn't turn out so in the first place, they've slowly become more pay to win. So hopefully that isn't the case, or doesn't become the case, with Torchlight Frontiers 2. Now, to start off with, I have to say the fights are okay, but it's not as intense as Torchlight 2. In Torchlight 2, literally from the get-go, you're getting attacked by mobs of enemies. You're losing your health quite a bit, so it's not that hard. At the same time, it is a bit accessible in that sense for all the people who... new players, for example. It's definitely more accessible. Okay. Another thing I've noticed is enemies seem to pop up in these specifically designated areas, as opposed to, you know, just, you know, walking about in random areas and suddenly they just chase you. I mean, this happens in all the games. It's not like Torchlight exclusive. I mean to say, you know, there's not many goblins that are away from camp, or rats that are away from the camp, or moose rat, yeah. So that's, I don't know. On the bright side, it is an online game, so it makes it easy for you to not just randomly get killed while you're AFK or something, or just checking something in the menu, because that is usually annoying, definitely. Okay, so I'm supposed to be chopping trees right now, but I've spent more time... Wait, I think I've done it. Find a waypoint in Wood's Edge. Okay, I've also noticed leveling is seemingly a bit more slow than what it was in Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2, no matter how hard the game got, you still felt like the rate at which you gained XP was quite similar. In this, I mean, I'm just level 2 right now, and I'm struggling to gain gain much XP. So it's gonna be a bit more grindy, it seems. Hopefully that doesn't translate into some kind of pay to win feature which is gonna make grinding less for us. I would hate that. I like the color change there. Hopefully. Okay. Is that it? Okay, there's a waypoint there, I think.
Fortitude above all else.
That's what I like to see. A fully knitted out frontierlander. Okay. The Emperor wants all of you prepared to face the gobs. So they authorized me to give you a relic weapon. Wait. Authorized you to give you a relic weapon. Relic weapons grow stronger while you carry them in battle, even when you're not wielding. Or even when you're not wielding them. Okay, that makes it even more easier. As you become more attuned to your relic weapons, you will gain powerful abilities. This one is for you.
Has begun.
The question is, do relic weapons change from person to person? Where is this relic weapon? I don't see no relic weapon. Ooh, there it is. Blood Drinker. Oh, that's the awesome sword they had. If I'm... Health on kill. Out of relic charge. Where's relic charge? Okay, relic charge. So you can use it, but it's temporary. Ah, okay. Ooh, treasure chest. Now this is one thing that sort of, I don't know. There's a lot of assets they could have just used from the previous games in terms of artwork, which just makes the game feel more like a true sequel. This game's okay, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. There's something that's missing. I think it's just the intensity I was talking about. The intensity is missing a bit. But I don't think perfect world games are generally known for their difficulty, so... Oh, actually, there you go then. See, enemies are getting higher and higher as I get in. Patience is your virtue. What's this? Where's this glow coming from? Okay, is this better? Yep. Nope. Nope. Wait. Okay, so now I've got some awesome fire resistant armor. So the goblins should do less damage on me now. But damage doesn't really seem to be an issue at the moment for me. It doesn't really matter. I'm liking the detail on the map. See individual petals there. But it doesn't really... It doesn't have any collision system on it, so... Okay, I think there's the waypoint. Found the waypoint. Okay, there you go. Whoa, is that a player or what? I think that's a player. Wait, so you can be in the same instance as another player, even if they're not in your team. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, there's another player there. So at one time you can have loads of... Okay, there you go. Alright, that looks okay for now, but I'm not sure how that's going to affect the gameplay in the long term, you know, because also, is there a way to basically share XP with other players? Like, is it like Guild Wars 2 where everybody's getting the same amount of XP? Everybody's doing who's involved in a fight? Or do we get less XP now because there's more players around? I can't really tell. I could probably look it up somehow, but I'll probably not bother. I'm sure some of you would like to solve that mystery by just watching this video and re-watching it, of course. Like and subscribe, Russian Gaming. Don't forget. Alright. Whoa, what was that? Okay, glitch right there. The goblins just froze in the air there. Okay, that owl needs an animation where he just goes and sits on a rock or something, because I feel tired just looking at that guy just trying to fly all the time. Okay, so I've just activated my relic weapon. I don't get it. What's going on? He loses charge or something? I don't get it. Oh, so it... Whoa. So you can only use it temporarily. So relic weapons are more powerful weapons that gain experience as you gain experience, but you can only use them for a certain amount of time.
This time, there's no holding us back.
Great! Now that you've got a relic weapon, you're ready to really mix it up with the goblins. You keep clearing this cave out, but it keeps filling up with goblins. Grab your relic weapon, head in, clear it out, and meet me back here. Alright, let's try this. Let's clear up the den. And then we can start bringing this stream upload to a near close. I hope you guys have enjoyed till now. Please do like and subscribe Russian Gaming and share it with your friends and fam. Help me get more subs, it'd be great. Alright. Ooh, level 2. Harder enemies now. There you go. So, previous map still had level 1 enemies. So, I think that's why it was a bit hard, a bit easy. Whoa. Let's do some health potion. Okay. Health potion. Once again, they've changed the health potion system a little bit. In the previous game, first you get like... Okay, so maybe just doing passive wasn't a good idea. I'm already dying, and my pet died really easily. Torchlight 2, I don't even remember when my pet died. I don't think my pet ever died. I think my pet survived more than I did. And now he's got a 4-minute timer till it comes back. So that's a bit... Oh my god. Luckily they still have the send pet home function. Alright, mining, tin deposit. Pretty cool. Money, money, money. Alright, trap right there. Do you know how you do it? Do you step on there and then it's a trap? How do you know it's a trap? Well, I know it's a trap, but how do you get it? Okay, it's not working somehow. Okay, the way the difficulty changed and the way it feels fighting tougher enemies, I have to say I do feel I suddenly feel like it's more of an MMO than the offline Torchlight game. Of course it is not an offline Torchlight game, it's an online Torchlight game, but I'm just saying that, you know, because they tried to keep so much the same, they somehow didn't manage to give the game the same kind of feel that it had in terms of the normal attack fights. Alright, so this guy's got fire attacks. Luckily, I'm wearing fire armor. So I guess it's difficult in that way. And I think that's why I'm losing, because these enemies, it says that they're fire attacks, but I don't think that's the case because they've got guns, so I think they do more damage than that leads us to believe. Okay, let's keep that for now. What's this?
Not enough mana.
Okay, more drink.
Your health is low.
What's going on? I've got 10. I thought I had 10 heal potions. What's going on? Why isn't it drinking them? There's a special spell that blocked me from drinking the... Okay, that's not good. That is not good.
Insufficient mana.
This game has no chill, guys. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. It's got some kind of disable on some enemies, where it disables you from using your health potion. That is gonna be annoying, because overusing health potions is basically how I got Torchlight too. Make sure you check out the video for that, of course, on the YouTube channel. Watch the fight against the Alchemist, and of course the fight against the Netherlord. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, he's resurrecting the enemies. Just notice. Okay, homing device. In your face, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. A little mining. So there's a door there that opens, I think. But it's not opening. Alright, unfortunately no chest. Unfortunately they haven't copied the system where fighting a boss you usually end up with a chest. So that's gonna be a bit annoying. Okay, I just heard it. Attack sounds. Wait, the item just flew onto here as well. Oh, a fiery dingus. It's not a dingus, as you know, it's a digitus, but look at that. I'm still finding it difficult to categorize digitus weapons. Okay, I think that's the third tree that I was looking for. Maybe not. Alright. It says use Z to go to Imperial Outpost. Welcome to the frontier. Okay. That's okay then. The game allows you to distinguish better between primary quests, secondary quests, and how what you're doing is part of the overarching primary quest.
This is such a strange place. Think of the research.
If you wandered into the forest at night, you must have met the zombies. They clearly weren't goblins, so where did did these people come from? There are records of a group of colonists that took shelter in a nearby cave, but were never heard from again. If you bring me some of their clothing, I can confirm their origins. Alright, so that's another quest, as opposed to actually finishing the quest. That's a Chinese lady, it seems. Okay, maybe not. Where do I go now? Okay, where is the smaller map? Imperial Outpost? Aha, there you go. The game that I keep thinking of, I can't remember the game I'm trying to think of, that is basically going to be the main rival of this game. Oh, not Perfect World. Path of Exile. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking about. Reports from our chief Imperial Guard that the outskirts of our northern encampments have been overrun by Hyven. Conditions are critical and I need you to escort any of our injured guards to safety. I'm sending out reinforcements as soon as possible. Okay. So, I think this is a good place to stop this game and give a little bit of my verdict. I am enjoying this game, but not as much as I would have liked to. It's missing something that Torchlight 1 and 2 had. To start off with, you know, I'm just looking at the skill screen, and I think for some reason I feel like Torchlight 2 has the better customization system. The way it had 3 trees set up, and then those three trees, you know, players had the choice of choosing how they want to make their character. There was more customization there. On this, you know, you have two phases for each character. You got cannon and sword on the forged. On the Dusk Mage, you have the claw and the you have the light and the dark skills, and that's basically the 2 lines you can choose from, as opposed to 3 lines, and then you can choose where you want to specialize from. So I think that's something that players will miss from this game. I know a lot of people I've seen online who've previewed this game have been doing more favorable comments about it. Maybe there's something in this game I haven't noticed, but coming straight from Torchlight 2, I feel almost like there's a bit of a downgrade in terms of character customization and overall intensity of the game. I'm guessing it gets more intense as you go forward, but there's another thing of the actual combat. Torchlight 2, you can feel the hits. You can feel the hits that your character's giving the enemies. You can feel the hits that the enemies are giving you. In this, it's like it is basically like an MMO, where very rarely do you get an MMO where you feel a knockback effect from the enemies, or that you're attacking an enemy and that's a knockback, as opposed to just an animation that got activated, or the other hand, if you just like, you know, you can see that you're attacking the enemy, your sword's just going through them. It didn't feel like that in Torchlight 2. I don't know, it's just me maybe, but I did literally just finish Torchlight 2. So I'm just giving a perspective from there. So I do definitely want to play this. Now, if this game is coming out free to play, I think that's probably a better thing for this than to be released as something that people have to buy. because compared to the first two games, it's not something I would immediately recommend you to buy. It's just got something missing. I think the problem with games like these is sometimes they try too hard to be innovative, and they end up making the game not as bad as good as the prequel. In this case, they should have lifted assets from the previous games and then build upon that, and I would have bought the game if they were selling it, honestly, as a Torchlight 2 player. Wait, sorry, that's the cough I warned you about. So that is something we'll have to see. Now that we are here, I'm just gonna go back to my fort just in case. You know, I don't want to.
You can't do that.
Okay, so I can't cast because I'm already in sort of like an outpost. I'm just gonna go back to my fort and I'm gonna try leveling my character again, just in case, just to see the skill leveling in it. Also, another thing I mentioned was the fact that the game seems to be missing a bit of the charm. It's tried to imitate the Torchlight artwork, but it's not. It still doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as good as the Torchlight, previous Torchlight games. So that's something they need to work on. It's a bit like what's that game? I think Maple Story. Maple Story 1 is quite popular, but Maple Story 2, they tried to release it, but I don't think Maple Story 2 is as big as Maple Story 1, because they've tried to convert it to 3D once again. It's just somehow lose some of its charm. And it's a bit like some Disney movies, you know, they're making live actions versions of them, but the fact of the matter is that they're never going to be as good as the old cartoons, because that's got their own charm. You know, a factor in that was the fact that they're animated, and that had their own charm, and that's what's missing from this game. So it's not as easy on the eyes, I would say, as the previous two titles. And then this other thing that's quite annoying, I think, it sounds like a great idea just to keep getting you to go back to your fort and upgrade it. This whole idea of you know, leveling up your character while you're, you know, at your fort. There is no reason they couldn't do that leveling system in the actual game, as opposed to going back to your fort to, you know, skill up your character. I think that's just strange. I don't know what the issue is. I'm guessing it might also do with, you know, the currency they use to unlock skills, like SP. I'm guessing you might be able to buy SP, and that's the real reason for this, because then they have this particular location for you to go and do your transactions, as opposed to on the fly all the time, because that's sometimes hard to deal with, you know, actual financial transaction in that sense. But, you know, Torchlight 1, Torchlight 2, a lot of MMOs right now, you can literally, if you level up and you have some free skill points, you can put those in some skills there and then within the game, as opposed to going back to somewhere to level up. So there's no reason that this game has to do that. So I would definitely want that back. I would definitely want this skill trees to be looked at again. Also a little bit more, you know, as I said, graphical charm, but at the same time, just looking at the skills themselves, it's just, I don't know, they don't sound as awesome as the previous game. You know, for example, okay, heavy hitter, passive, 8% to all damage, yeah. Rich harvest. If you look at these skills, there's nothing there, these passive skills, there's nothing there that says, oh, these are the passives for a dusk mage, you know. In the Torchlight 2, you go back to it, the passives are related to your skills. Passives are related to your actions as a character. So Berserker, I have a passive where I can generate more charge to be able to do my crazy frenzy mode, attack them. You know, these passives just suck, you know. it makes me want to invest in active more. But then if I do that, obviously that's gonna become a mana heavy gameplay for me. So this, and then looking at these skills, dark spears, which are just magic missiles it seems, some CC, luminous, maybe they look cool, but I don't know, just sorry, most of them just seem like, oh, different ways of doing damage, just different ways of doing damage. They seem to be lacking some strategy to them. You know, 3 lightning bolts that deal 40% damage each, you know. I have 2 skills that I can definitely see that do anything strategic. Spirit Well seems like something strategic. It takes controls of evil monsters and forces them to fight for you. Duration 12 seconds, but that's about it. Everything else is just these attack skills, maybe luminous run, more of a run thing, but everything else is like different ways of doing damage. The strategy isn't there that you get from the other 2 games. And there you go. So I'm really, I don't know, am I disappointed? I am not gonna, I'm going to say yes for now, but then this is alpha and I hope they work on this a lot. Somebody said this might get released in a couple of months. I don't know if it's gonna be very similar to what it is now. I'm gonna find it hard to go to it and play the game right now. Maybe I'll see what they do with the new character classes. Maybe if they bring in Berserker and then it basically has the same skills as Torchlight 2, then I might give it a go. But at the moment it's just missing what makes Torchlight 2 unique, you know. Everything looks like a bit of a cheap imitation, right down to the graphical art that I see before me. So if you agree or disagree, leave some comments below. Of course, if you want me to try out something else in the game, I can do that as well. But at the moment, it's a no for me. But it is alpha, guys. As I said, it is alpha. Fingers crossed. Perfect World Entertainment are gonna be like, you know what, go back to the development a bit, be like, guys, come on, bring that Torchlight charm to it, bring that Torchlight uniqueness to it. You know, we don't want Diablo 3, guys. We don't want Diablo 3. A lot of people play Diablo 3, but we all know Diablo 3 ain't Diablo 2, and that's what this feels like. This game ain't no Torchlight 2, you know, and that's what we need. When we want something on a bigger scale, we expect the good stuff to be there as well, not just the new stuff added. So that's Romeo signing off. I hope this video was okay. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope you guys enjoy your evening or day or whatever. Take care and God bless.